We got the one and only Reverend Al Sharpton on the phone. I'm so excited to have Reverend Al on. Reverend Al, good morning, Reverend Al.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning.
Hey, yes, sir, man. Hey, man, first of all, thank you for being a wonderful mentor, and it's been a pleasure to know you for these past 20 years and everything that you have done for me personally and everything that you're doing for people all over the country because, man, you like a lightning rod. A lot of time people don't speak out and speak up, but you always speak up. And, National Action Network founder Reverend Al Sharpton is calling for an investigation into the case of an unarmed 25-year-old man, Ahmaud Arbery, who was killed by a father and son in Brunswick, Georgia, on February the 23rd. Reverend Al, what happened with that?
Well, I talked with the family and the attorney, Lee Merritt. This young man went jogging every morning. And in this particular morning, February 23rd, he was jogging in Brunswick, stopped at a house that was being constructed. And this white man and son got in their car, got in the truck, decided that he was breaking into this house. According to them, there had been some house break-ins. And they went and confronted him. Now, the older man, was for 30 years a detective and law enforcement in that town. He did not call police. He did not file for a report. He did not ask for backup. He took it upon himself now to go and try and intervene what he claimed he thought was a break-in. Got into a argument of sorts, he claims. And he and his son, who was riding armed, one with a automatic weapon, shot and killed Arbery. And there has been no prosecution. Two prosecutors have recused themselves because they said they knew the older white man too well because of his 30 years in law enforcement. And this man, Arbery, this young man, 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery, is dead with no accountability. First of all, how do we know the story that the old man and the son is the story? Second, even if it is the story, you do not have the right to kill somebody because you thought they may have been doing something wrong. You call law enforcement, particularly since you were law enforcement. And thirdly, it again minimizes us to the whims of anybody's suspicion could cause our lives. We went through this with Trayvon Martin. We are looking at it again in Brunswick, Georgia. So we're joining the family and Attorney Merritt, National Action Network is, and calling for the outside federal government to step in and the GBI to step in and call for a grand jury to investigate this case. These people must be held accountable. This young man's life is of value to us and his family.
Reverend Al, do you think, considering under the Donald Trump administration's Justice Department have empowered people like that man and his son, and they think that they can do stuff like that and get away with it? It's called white privilege. And right. I can go on and on because with all of this craziness in him, all of these dog whistles and stuff, and they a lot of white folks just got bold and feel like they can just go out and kill unarmed black people because they know that nothing is going to happen to them. Do you think the Justice Department would do anything?
Well, I think that, first of all, you're right. When you can see people having armed demonstrations at the state capitol in Michigan, they've become emboldened. And certainly this is another extreme case of it. The fact is that what we don't know is how far we can push the Justice Department unless there's a new president in a few months and can move forward. But what we do know is we cannot be quiet about it. Some fights you fight whether you're going to win or lose. You fight because your dignity is at stake and it's the right thing to do. We're going to fight and force the issue out front. There's never been a battle in our history. There's never been a battle that I fought in my lifetime that the odds were on our side. We always had to fight against the odds. But we can't sit by and let our children be shot down and be give consent by our silence.
Right. Reverend Al, hold on, I'm going to bring you over on the other side. We got Reverend Al Sharpton, or whatever. We're talking about the death of Ahmaud Arbery, and we are so saddened about this. More Reverend Al Sharpton coming up next, 18 minutes after the hour, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We got Reverend Al Sharpton on this morning. National Action Network founder Reverend Al Sharpton is talking about the investigation into the case of an unarmed 25-year-old black man. Reverend Al, before my next question going to be is what can we do to help, and are they doing any type of petition or protest? But I want to first ask you this, and this is me personally. Reverend Al, when I went to the beach this weekend, I was in the hotel. And just my whereabouts, even when I go in the grocery store, Reverend Al, I feel hated. I never felt like this before in my whole life. I feel like I'm hated. Just my presence and my existence. And I see people of other races will turn and go down another grocery store aisle before they pass me. And just the staring. Is it just me? Because a lot of us feel that way.
No, I don't think it's you, Ricky. I think that we have seen a level of hatred being empowered because the tone is set at the White House. This president has scapegoated us, people of color, particularly black people, by attacking everything that he could. He started his career that way. I fought him in New York, where he called for the execution of 5 innocent young black and Latino boys for raping a white woman that they didn't rape, and it was proven that way. So I think when you get a tone from the head of state, it emboldens people that already had biases, that they can exercise their bias and that there's nothing you can do about it. They also feel, after 8 years of President Obama, and I've seen you at the White House under Obama many times, that they felt, well, we were taking over, and now they're back in charge. So how dare you walk down the aisle of a grocery store? Don't you know we're back in charge? And this kind of resentment and this kind of antipathy is something that we're facing, but we must face it and deal with those that are decent and right and punish those that would exercise it, like in this Arbery case. But I don't think you're imagining anything. You're dealing with the realities of today. Think about what our forefathers went through that were enslaved. Think about what our grandparents went through that were lynched. So in many ways, what we're going through is not as bad as it's been, but we have to be as strong as those that came before us and face it.
Absolutely. Reverend Al, what can we do? Are they having any type of protest, or we might have to wait?
Yeah, because of the lockdown, they have not had protests. I've been in Brunswick right now, and I'm going to go as soon as we can travel. So I will stay in touch with you. I would tell people that Attorney Lee Merritt is a great attorney, and they will be laying out the legal strategy, tell people where to sign a petition and what to do. But we're not going to let this rest. I'm going to stay on it. One thing, once we get on the case at National Action Network, we don't let it go.
Hey, Reverend Al,
go ahead. I have to say this, that you said I was one of your mentors. I'm so proud of where you've gone and what you've become, a real force in this nation and keeping the culture strong. But I was listening coming in the show, and since you said I'm one of your mentors, Ricky, it is specific, not pacific, and it's pandemic, not pandemic. Just work on it.
Got him.
Hey, Reverend Al, love you, man.
Love you.
Yes, sir. Hey, I cannot wait to have him back on. What an all he